So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down 5 key reasons why I believe the sports card market is about to have a record surge this coming winter. I have a pretty bold prediction. I'm going to be laying out why I believe this is going to happen. So just a kind of informative video about what I see happening in the market and why I see that we are on the cusp of a big surge right now. So the first thing, without further ado, to get into it is crypto, of course, has been going up quite a bit recently. Bitcoin is about 3 to 4 times its cycle low that was hit in 2022. And it's primed to continue to go up, during crypto winter is usually when a lot of the big surges happen. And so as you guys know, crypto and sports cards do have a lot of significance in being tied together a little bit. And if we look at the S&P 500 in the past and how it's performed as well with sports cards, baseball cards in specific, I know this is a little bit outdated, but if you do look at recent research, it's around the same trend levels over the last 4 years. But since 2008, we have seen, sports cards in general have been lagging behind the S&P 500 by a little bit. We see a lot of points, where the S&P started to pick up and sports cards pick up as well. A lot of the time, sports cards pick up a little bit later than the S&P. And if you know anything about stocks, the S&P 500 right now is at an all-time high. The S&P has continued to go up, and I think that correlation is going to stay for at least the time being. And during this winter, as we see the S&P 500 has already made an all-time high, I think sports cards can continue to lag behind it a little bit and maybe make its all-time high, in December or January, or around that time is where I'm expecting prices to really, be a lot higher than they are right now. Another big key thing with, the winter time is that sports card shows are a lot less than during the summertime or during the fall. So during the winter time, especially during the holidays, there are not many sports card shows. If you guys know, about the summertime and how many sports card shows there are, if you look at the show schedule for the winter, it is a lot less. There are a lot less shows. And I think that leads to a lot more online buying. So when you have less shows, you have more people buying their cards online. And, any of these cards that comp, they're all comps from online. They're all eBay sales, Card Hobby sales, MySlab sales, Fanatics Collect sales. So you see all the sales are online. So when you have more online demand, naturally comps are going to come out higher. Because when people spend money at shows, that doesn't get taken into account as a comp. So you have less people buying on eBay, which causes auctions to end lower than they usually would. So when you have less shows in person, these auctions get more attention, and you're going to see auction prices end higher, causing comps to be higher and therefore prices to be higher. That is another big thing that I see usually happening during winters. Of course, in past winters, we've seen prices be a little bit slow, but I believe that all these different factors that are coming together, I think could cause a real big stir up in price. Another big thing is, of course, if you guys did hear recently, there was a rate cut. And if you guys don't know what a rate cut is, it's pretty much it. The interest rates have gone down by 50 points. So 0.5%. So when interest rates go down, it becomes cheaper for people to borrow money. And when it becomes cheaper for people to borrow money, people borrow more money and invest in more high-risk alternative investment classes, and sports cards is under, that category. We're going to see a lot of people, I know it doesn't sound very, logical, but a lot of people do borrow money and put that money into high-risk alternative investments. We saw that happen during, the rate cut that happened in March 2020. I believe that was the last time we saw a rate cut of this degree. And the last time, if you guys know what happened in March 2020, we saw right after that, sports cards went crazy. Of course, that was along with the pandemic and everything, but I will say for sure that a rate cut will not hurt. If at all, it will help significantly in prices going up for the sports card market, and I think that's going to be something that could be massive for not only the S&P 500, not only crypto, but also the sports card market. Another big thing is during the holidays, of course, people spend more. If you guys know what's driving a lot of the sports card sales right now in the market is repackers. Repackers are buying up these cards, paying super strong prices, and what they're doing is they're putting it into repacks, and people are buying them to gamble. Now, a lot of the repackers I have talked to are trying to increase their buying by 3 to 4x because they are expecting more sales during the winter time. They're expecting during the holiday season, during shopping season, when people are spending more money. In general, people spend a lot more money during the holiday season. If people are buying into a lot more repacks, repackers need more inventory, and so that is going to cause a massive amount of demand in the market. Between November and December, that is going to cause a lot more people, to be buying cards, and of course, a lot more. In general, if more people are buying cards, prices are going to go up. If demand goes up because repackers need more cards for the repacks. If demand goes up, we already know that prices are going to rise. So I think those main factors, between repackers needing more inventory, less shows, some more online buying, overall S&P at an all-time high, crypto going up, a lot of people needing, a lot of the sports card market lagging behind crypto and the S&P 500. I think sports cards are the one asset class right now that is due for, a big surge right now. And I think it's on the cusp of happening. Of course, along with that, you have the rate cuts. So I think we're in a very good position. I'm not talking, long term. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. Who knows how that's going to play out? But I do see over the next 6 months a big sports card market surge going to happen, in my personal opinion. And I'm loading up a little bit on, a lot of cards that I think have a lot of upside. If you look at a lot of, more safer cards, if you want to say, for example, like a Kobe Bryant auto, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, those type of guys for basketball. If you're looking at football, that'd be, Brady, of course, other guys like that. If you look at those type of investments and how, they continue to go up on I wouldn't say daily basis, but, month to month, we've seen all-time highs for a lot of cards like that. A lot of Michael Jordan autos, a lot of Kobe autos, a lot of cards in general that are more stable. We're starting to see go up finally, and that's a very good sign for the sports card hobby. And of course, along with that, you have Fanatics doing a lot more marketing, between hobby rip nights, a lot of different events, a lot of different marketing schemes, a lot of, we saw the 1 of 1, Curry, LeBron, Durant get a ton of media attention. I think we're in a very, very healthy spot in the market, and prices have not fully reflected, everything that's going on. And that's why I see, prices are on its cusp of, breaking out, because we've seen a lot of great factors, but we haven't seen prices fully adjust to it. And I think we will soon see prices reflect everything that's going on in the overall economy and in the sports card market. So I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope it gave you guys, at least something to think about. Of course, you don't have to take my advice. I'm not saying to go out and borrow money to buy sports cards. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it could be something to prepare for, something to think about, something to, think about yourself and figure out what your individual strategy is. But I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like. We just hit 50,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for all the recent support. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at SportsCardInvest. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.